To the right?
Left a little.
Okay. Because I can edit this part out.
Yeah, right there.
All right. It's good?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, what up, everybody? Episode 2 of the No Name Football Show. I'm Courtney, your host. Let's get into it. So today's episode, I'm just going to pick my winner of Copa America 2021. Got to be honest, I don't watch much CONMEBOL football. I just know Neymar plays for Brazil. Brazil got a bunch of other really good guys. And just looking at the board, they're on the same side of the bracket as Argentina. Argentina got Messi. Messi might be the greatest player of all time, but he never does well in international tournaments. So I'm picking Brazil. Brazil to beat Ecuador 3-1. All right. So now that we're done with Copa America, I'm about to get into. So first of all, the Detroit Pistons are absolutely my favorite team in all of sports. All of sports. So imagine how gassed I was when last week lottery came, the Pistons came, ended up with the number 1 draft pick. Hopefully they use it to take Cade Cunningham. Sometimes the obvious choice is obvious for a reason. Cade Cunningham is the top-ranked draft prospect in the draft. Take Cade Cunningham. I wanted Jalen Green, but that's when I thought that the Pistons were going to be picking like second or third. I just had no thoughts ever in my mind that the Pistons would be blessed with lottery luck like this. Because, I mean, let's be honest, they've never been blessed with lottery luck. Neither the Detroit Red Wings. The last 2 years, the Detroit Red Wings have had the worst record in all of hockey. And they finished picking 6th in the lottery. Pistons ain't never got done that bad, but they've never moved up. So imagine my surprise when I'm driving and I'm watching along on Twitter. I'm not driving and tweeting. I was actually parked. I was dropping my mom off from work. Sitting there talking to her, and I see that notification from first The Athletic, then the Bleacher Report. I'm like, hold up. And all I did was scream and yelled, and y'all saw a more measured response on the channel last week. But boy, I went on my Facebook page and it was just like, it's the greatest day of my life. The greatest day in Pistons history outside of winning those 3 championships that they have. But anyway, hey, Troy Weaver for president. But hey, let's do the sensible thing, the most obvious thing. This ain't like the NFL where you can like trade back and still get a good pick, because the NFL has 53 players on the roster. NBA carrying 12, maybe 14 with the 2 two-way spots. But in the NBA, you only got 12 roster spots, and trading back to acquire more draft assets isn't as sensible in the NBA as it is in the NFL. So I'm saying, Troy, please, I'm begging you, take Cade Cunningham number 1. This is Grant Hill 2.0. All right, man. Next. Finally, my other team that I support, that I love almost as much as the Pistons, Tottenham Hotspur FC, finally hired a new manager. And it's crazy. So, sometimes, like, I really like Spurs, but I also watch other teams every single year. Since I've been watching, football, I have picked a team that I'm just like, I'm going to just watch them and be interested in it. And for the last 3 years since Wolves came up from the championship, I was like, man, I'm gonna follow Wolves. You know what I'm saying? So actually, I love Spurs, but also at work, my desktop background is the Wolves logo. So I like Wolves, and I really liked, watching Nuno's teams play. You got Adama Traore bombing down the right outside, They putting oil on his arm so the defenders can't hold him. His arms are as big as my head. He looked like Hulk Hogan out there. Raul in the center. It sucks that he got hurt this year, and that's probably why Wolves' season finished so bad, because he got hurt and he wasn't available. So I'm excited. I'm very excited as a Spurs fan. Now I know it's a lot of Spurs fans out there that's not excited. I don't know why. I mean, yes, the thought of Antonio Conte was very, very pleasurable. You saw how Inter Milan played this year. They finally broke the Juve stranglehold on the Scudetto. Got Romelu Lukaku with his best season in his career. So I was like, man, Conte, let's go. And then fell apart. Then who else? Gattuso. I don't know why nobody liked Gattuso. Apparently he's an a-hole. I don't know. I don't follow Italian soccer that much to know that much about Gennaro Gattuso. I just knew he was I don't even know how to respond. Patrici, from Juve. That was his mans or whatnot. So, but now we finally got our mans, Nuno, the Spirito Santo. I'm excited because Nuno's teams with Wolves, like I said before, this season aside, really fun to watch. Nobody ever expected Wolves to come up and stay up. It was like, oh, Wolves, cute little story. They're going to go right back down in the championship, just like Norwich did 2 years ago, just like Fulham and them boys did last year. Especially Fulham and West Brom. They play nice. They like to attack. But ultimately, they're going back down to the championship. So Nuno kept Wolves up, multiple years. They finished in 7th twice. Took Wolves to the Europa League. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited. I'm like, hey, let's go. Man, first we gotta convince Harry Kane to stay. I don't think he's getting sold anyway. I think it would be good business maybe if Daniel Levy did sell him because, listen, man, if City wants to offer us, I already know, Sterling said, yo, I'm not coming because Sterling's a baller and he wants to play Champions League football. I take Gabriel Jesus. I try to get Ilkay Gundogan out of there. You know what I'm saying? City got a bunch. I'll try to get João Cancelo. See if Kyle Walker wants to come back. See if they're willing to give Rodri to us. You know what I'm saying? Two of those guys plus $100 million, it's good business. And it's like, the longer you hold on to Harry Kane, the less his fitness, unless, something miraculous happen. You know what I'm saying? We see Chris Paul on the vegan diet leading the Phoenix Suns in the NBA Finals. You know what I'm saying? So it can happen. But Harry Kane's getting knock after knock, the last couple years. Missed a lot of time with injuries. Those ankles are kind of like mine, Hopefully they're not because my ankles are trash. But, the longer you hold on to Harry Kane, who's 28, his value comes down. So say you wait a year. You only got 2 years left on this contract. Ain't nobody going to give you $100 million for a 29-year-old Harry Kane. No. And he'll only have 2 more years on his contract. So I say strike while the iron is hot. Do good business because City, get one of them young guys out of the City system because City got a nice little youth system. Get one of those young guys out of there. See if you can get their top prospect. Not Phil Foden. Not giving up Phil Foden. Phil Foden is too much of a baller. I can see up front next year. Foden, Sterling, Mahrez up front, with Kevin De Bruyne controlling everything right behind him. But, listen, man. If Manchester City want to give me $100 million for Harry, I'm like, yo, give me that $100 million. Give me Gabriel Jesus or give me Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez is a little bit older. Him and Kane like the same age. Well, I think he's older than Harry Kane. But it's like, man, Riyad Mahrez has won everything he could at Manchester City outside of the Champions League, which probably means he probably wouldn't want to come to Spurs. All right, man, just $100 million, Gabriel Jesus, bring Kyle Walker back home. And then I'm pretty sure we can get somebody else. Give me 3 guys and $100 million for Harry Kane. You can have them. Brings us more money in so we can buy more players. Nuno is really good working with young players. He brought up the young guys through the Wolves Academy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they got an American over there, Owen Odasawi. He's in the Wolves Academy. Came up to the first team this year. Expecting big things from him next year, hopefully. All right, so last but not least in this episode, Euro 2020. Boy, did we have some shockers this past weekend. Did not expect France to go out. Belgium, Portugal was Portugal looked real shaky, so I knew Belgium was gonna win. I had just had a, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I just had a thought that Belgium was gonna win the game. You know, who else lost on some craziness? Spain got lucky. I mean, because the entire tournament, Spain has been so boring, so boring, so boring. But they put 5 goals up this past weekend in a crazy game. Denmark put up 4 goals this past weekend. And you know what? I'm picking Denmark to go to the finals along with Belgium. With Belgium finally winning the Euros. That's my picks, man. I mean, listen. Torgan Hazard won the game for Belgium the other day. Eden Hazard is actually injury-free right now. Romelu Lukaku is in hot form. You know what I'm saying? De Bruyne is probably going to play. Who can stop Belgium? It's not going to be England. England play Ukraine. That's going to be a tough game for England, man. Shout out to Harry Kane for finally getting a goal off in this tournament last week. You know, but Belgium is probably going to struggle against Italy. Italy has looked hands down like the best team in the Euros. And it sucks that they had to play each other so early. But I'm still picking Belgium. I just picked Rom to just, rampage. I don't care whoever they put in that center back, man. They talking about, are they going to play Chiellini back there? Chiellini, 55 years old. We going to be done and dusted by Lukaku. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Hazard brothers, I don't even know. I know Italy always produces like good center backs. You know what I'm saying? I was shocked that the Netherlands went out this weekend. Holy smokes. That was nuts. Well, let me see who else we got. So we got England, Ukraine, we got Denmark, Czech Republic, and we have Switzerland and Spain. Hey, man, the Swiss can beat Spain. It's just my opinion. I've been watching a little bit of the Euros, you know what I'm saying? I haven't really been watching a lot of Copa America. You got to forgive me. I'll be forgetting that it comes on because all the games are only on Paramount Plus. I think one game was on like Fox Sports 1. And that was Argentina was playing, so that's probably why I was on Fox Sports 1. Speaking of Argentina, it's July 1st. Messi is a free agent. I don't believe he's going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. He wants to stay at Barcelona. Barcelona wants him to stay. I guess they're just trying to clear the wage bill. But here's the crazy part. Because they let his contract lapse, he's technically a free agent, so they're actually going to have to register him all over again. So they're going to have to register him as a player, for all the competitions, Champions League, the La Liga season, which I'm happy. La Liga is moving to ESPN Plus, and I could watch it. I've missed watching, the Spanish team. I really miss watching Messi, So I don't like Barcelona, but it's kind of like, man, I hate the Los Angeles Lakers, and I'm a Pistons fan. I've always hated the Cleveland Cavaliers. I love LeBron James because just watching LeBron James play basketball brings me joy. Watching Lionel Messi brings me tremendous joy. So I like watching Barcelona play only because of Leo Messi. I don't like Barcelona and Real Madrid because they, they try to, that's their thing. They buy championships, man. Another transfer news, big one. Manchester United finally got Jadon Sancho. Do we care about any other transfers right now? Probably not. Probably not. Sergio Ramos is going to PSG. It was like once he decided to leave Real Madrid, there's only one team I could really see him playing for. That's PSG. Sergio Ramos, he looks like he likes the lavish lifestyle, the fly lifestyle. Paris is the epicenter of that in the world. So, looks like Sergio Ramos to PSG. Hey, man. I got to be honest, though. Real Madrid put out a tribute video to Sergio Ramos, and that thing brought a tear to my eye. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. And then you saw the clip of Ronaldinho making Sergio Ramos who he was. There's one play I was watching in El Clasico. Sergio Ramos was playing right back. Ronaldinho came down, hit him with the Sergio Ramos' knees looked like noodles, and that turned him into the villain that he is now. But I appreciate Sergio Ramos. I think Real Madrid is going to be, is really going to struggle with the loss of his leadership. Yeah, they still have Marcelo, and he's been named club captain for next year. Still got Casemiro. They still got Toni Kroos, who Toni Kroos got dusted by the English midfield. And speaking of which, right, let's go back to England. Manchester United signed Jadon Sancho. Finally, I don't like Manchester United. You know why? They remind me of Michigan fans. Haven't won anything in a long time, still always chirping. And I say this as a Michigan fan. But that attack is going to be something serious next year. If Pogba take his form that he's been playing with now, because Paul Pogba has hands down been the best player in the Euros. Hands down, I don't care who disagrees. Paul Labille Pogba has been the best player in the Euros, the entire competition. That goal he in the last game, or 2 games ago, was just magnificent. I wish I could ping balls like that. I didn't grow up playing soccer. My feet get lost when I even see a soccer ball, you know what I'm saying? But Paul Pogba, hands down, been the best player in the Euros. I don't care, at me, come at me, buy me a pizza, buy me a drink, you know what I'm saying? Paul Pogba's been the best player of the Euros, and I'm going to keep reiterating it. But Manchester United's attack, let's see, you got Rashford on the left. You could throw Greenwood down the middle. Got Edison Cavani coming back. Anthony Martial is probably, hopefully, finally going to be healthy. And then you throw Sancho on the right. And then you could throw Greenwood on the right. You know, it's dog. Their attack might be the best in the Prem next year. But, I say this with the but, it depends on Pogba. It depends on, penalty merchant number 1, Bruno Fernandes, Scott McTominay, who I like, man, and they're in the running to try to sign Declan Rice. And why would you sign Declan Rice when you have Scott McTominay? Listen, I watched a lot of West Ham last year because West Ham was the team that I picked to watch for this past season. Declan Rice is okay. I don't know. I think he's living off the hype because he's, I guess I shouldn't say living off the hype, but, he's West Ham's captain. He was 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? Frank Lampard was like lusting over him to bring him to Chelsea because I think he's a former Chelsea product. I don't know. But I just know Frank Lampard wanted him at Chelsea. I would have, if I was Spurs, I would have interviewed Frank Lampard. Why not? Yeah, his first coaching job didn't go well, but you never want to give up on a coach after their first job. Never. But I think he had at Chelsea too high of expectations. The beloved son returns home, and this is only his second year as a full-time head coach. Nuno signed a 2-year deal at Spurs. Hopefully, from what I heard today from Alistair Gold, that it has a 3-year option. So hopefully, Nuno's good enough that option gets picked up and Spurs are winning trophies. Finally. But yeah, back to Manchester United. Like, I like watching Scott McTominay, bro. Like, people, I don't know why people hate Scott McTominay. I don't mind. Like, it's kind of weird because I like a lot of Manchester United's players. I think it's the fans that turn me off of the team so much. Because Michigan fans made me, I am a Michigan fan. My mom's a graduate of Michigan. My father-in-law played football at Michigan. My grandfather was like, yo, Michigan, every Saturday in the fall. I know Michigan's limitations. I know they've only been, outside of 1997, they've only been close to sniffing a national championship, one time, and that was 2006. But, their fans have these unrealistic expectations of all this glory that Michigan has had. It's like, nah. Michigan's not even Nebraska, to be honest. Michigan damn sure ain't Alabama, ain't Clemson. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we got the most wins in college football history, but that's only because they've like been playing the longest. So, Alabama has the second most wins. They've far been a better team than Michigan, even though I hate Alabama. But anyway, back to football, world football. Manchester United, their fans are living off past glories, and they just hype the club up so much as a turnoff. So I don't like Real Madrid because they hype the club up so much. It's a turnoff. Like, it's crazy. Barcelona, I don't hate as much because, Barcelona, maybe it's a youth thing, and Barcelona uses their academy. Their academy is famous for the prospects that have come through. You never hear about anybody coming from Real Madrid's academy. Does Real Madrid actually have an academy? It's a rhetorical question. I know they do. But anyway, to wrap this up, man, if Manchester United gets great play from their midfielders, and damn, get an athletic partner for Harry Maguire. Because, boy, if I was a Manchester United fan, I'd be sick of seeing Harry Maguire getting turned around like this every time some little fast winger gets near him. He may be good, ain't $80 million good, and we've seen that over the last 2 years at United. So get him an athletic center back partner, maybe get somebody in there to like push Wan-Bissaka because he's a great defender, gives you nothing going forward. So unless they're doing something where, they got Luke Shaw bombing forward, and then they're, falling into a back three where you got Maguire, whoever the other center back is, and Wan-Bissaka back at the back. You can't just have Wan-Bissaka bombing forward, and then you get hit on the counterattack, and somebody is running down on Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire is going to lose that matchup every single time. So Manchester United, instead of working on finding a defensive midfielder, because you got McTominay, Fred is even serviceable. People hate Fred too. I don't understand. I don't understand why a lot of their players get the hate they do. I know why Paul Pogba gets hate. Topic for another video. But a lot of their players, I don't see why they get the hate that they do. But anyway, that's gonna be it. So to recap, picking Brazil to win Copa America because it's in Brazil. They got Neymar. They're gonna win it. And Messi's never good in international competitions. Picking Belgium to break past Italy's defense and make it all the way to the final and beat Denmark in the final. Denmark still riding that wave of emotion. And the fact that they're a pretty good team, after what happened to Christian Eriksen. That's my guy. He was one of my favorite players when he was at Spurs. Get well soon. What other big transfers we got this year? Don't really see it's going to be too many. Sancho's already gone. Haaland's not going anywhere this year. Lukaku said he's happy at Inter. You got Hakimi to PSG. Got Ramos to PSG, but that was on a free. What other big transfers can you guys see happening? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe. Hit me up on Twitter. What's my Twitter handle? At Meals by Mac. M-A-C. That's my Twitter handle. I'm probably going to change that this weekend. So I'll let y'all know. I'll drop it in the description. Peace. And football. Okay. Peace. Did it start recording? Is the record button still red?
Yep.
Oh, man, CJ.